Hey guys, so welcome to WoW Weekly with Myst. And for today's episode, well, for starters, I just killed the Dark Moon Rabbit. So if you guys are ever wondering where the Dark Moon Rabbit is, there's his corpse right there because, like I said, we just killed him. I was trying to get the pet, but someone else ended up getting it. And basically the best way to get to him is right over here is where you would do the fishing quest from Dark Moon. So you just hop on your water mount and just trail over here, and it's the cave at the edge. So really easy to find, and he usually hangs out right at the front of the cave. Okay, so last week's episode, I had made a goal, and there were 3 goals. One was to get 382 item level. Another was to down at least one boss in the new raid. And the other was to complete a +3 mythic. And we completed all except for the mythic, but I'm pretty sure we could get the +3 done. I just haven't gone into one yet. Okay. So we completely overachieved on the goals other than the +3, but like I said, over here you can see that I did the +2. So a +3 won't be, it's not too far-fetched. I could probably knock out a +3. As far as gear goes, we definitely overachieved there. The goal was 382, and we're at 387. And the one boss for the raid, I went into normal, did 4 over, well, actually you can see it here, 4 over 9 on normal. And actually the 1 over 9 for the heroic, that was done right before reset. So technically that one was achieved last week. But this week we went into normal and got 4 over 9. So I think that was pretty good. For next week's goals, it has nothing to do with my main character. We're going to take a little break from the main character. I want to take advantage of Dark Moon being up. There's been so many months where I've wanted to do that, and like something comes up, yeah. It's the first time in a while where I'm not actually committed to anything. My mythic group kinda is, I don't know what they're doing. so yeah, and no one's really been asking to raid or any of that, so I've been kinda on my own for the past bit, so it gives me that opportunity to catch up with alts and stuff. Next week's goal is gonna be to level the rogue. My rogue is currently 112. And we are gonna aim for max level. So we're aiming for 8 levels next week. And I guess we won't completely take away the main. I do want to keep the key active for the mythic dungeon, so we'll put a +3 in for the main, but that's it. No item level goal, no raid goal. I'm not totally sure if I'll get into a raid next week, just because in order to achieve our goal on the alt, I kind of gotta halt some other stuff here. As far as next week events go, we've got, the weekly will be dungeons, so that kind of fits with our mythic goal. And there's also going to be the PvP brawl for Deep Wind. And Lunar Festival is running till the 11th. Dark Moon will be running till the 9th. And then that's really it for this week. Okay, so since I mentioned that one of our accomplishments was completing the goal of doing one boss at minimum, I figured we'd use the rest of this video to, show off one boss of the 4 that I did. This boss, the reason I chose this boss in particular to show for this week's, because there was, four bosses I could have shown, right? The reason I picked this one is because this is actually my struggle boss on heroic. It's tough not having a guild of raiders. It really is, because I'm forced to go into these random groups, and yeah, this boss has been kind of a nightmare in a pug group on heroic mode. I guess the first topic that we could discuss is the mythic race. It's actually been interesting. I've liked how the race has been going so far, mainly because they're stumped, and I like it when there's a stump, because to me, it's just not a race if you can just down boss after boss after boss. You need that one boss at minimum that's gonna stump you for a while. And they have definitely found that boss, and that boss is Jaina. Jaina has not gone down yet, and it's Monday, right? We're right before reset. So yeah. Limit has been on that boss for the most amount of time, which is 5 days, and then Method was right next. And that was 4 days ago that Method started attempting Jaina. So, yeah, and I remember 5 days ago when Limit got to that boss, only 3 people were 8 over 9. Now, there's let's check. I'll check right now. There's 28 guilds on Jaina right now for Mythic. That's some competition there. And yeah, so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to know whether they down it before reset. They have less than a day to do it. Limit is on US servers and Method is on EU. It's always been kind of weird, because I enjoy the Mythic race, and I think it's a great idea. But at the same time, is it really a Mythic race? Not everyone's starting at the same time. So can you truly call that a Mythic race when everyone's starting at different times? That's just my personal opinion, but to me, it's not a true race. It's really not a true race unless everyone can go into that raid at exactly the same time. So yeah, I hope that they do accomplish getting her down. I know they eventually will, of course, but I have my doubts that it's going to happen before reset. I think Tuesday's going to roll around and Jaina will still be alive. So, way to go, Jaina! Okay, so moving on to the news part of our weekly WoW video. And that technically was part of the news. There is going to be some changes on the 5th, tomorrow, for the Paladin. They're doing some PvP tuning, and Light of the Protector and Hand of the Protector is going to have the healing reduced by 40%, and mana regeneration is going to be reduced by 30%. Okay, and as far as affixes go, next week's affixes is going to be Fortified, Teaming, Explosive, and of course Reaping. One more thing I'd like to add is last week I mentioned the flying pig. I did put a comment on that video, but I will just mention it right now that that was real. You can buy the flying pig in the store for $25 US. And that concludes this video, I guess. That is all I have for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great one, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.